Mia had a voice that could silence a crowd and a body that turned heads. Many said she came out of the womb singing. She was magnetic and unforgettable, the kind of woman that men stared at and their eyes lingered for too long. On stage, she was a star, but off stage, Mia was in a battle for her soul. By 28, she had headlined the hottest clubs in her city. Men adored her, women envied her, promoters chased her. But behind the flashing lights and velvet curtains, Mia was unraveling. The applause couldn't drown out her emptiness. The money couldn't heal her brokenness. Every night ended the same: vodka shots to get loose, lines of cocaine in the green room, pills to take the edge off, and strange men whose names she'd forget by morning. She called it freedom. She told herself she was in control, but it was a lie. Mia would wake up in unfamiliar beds, makeup smeared, dress half on, purse missing. She'd cry in the shower, scrubbing her skin until it burned, trying to wash away the shame. But shame doesn't rinse off. It sinks in deep. At first, she believed it was power, her body, her rules. But the truth hit her hard in quiet moments. She felt disposable, passed around. The men didn't see her. They saw a fantasy, a body, a temporary thrill. And when they were done, they left. And Mia let them, because deep down, she believed that was all she was good for. She had a little girl, Layla, 3 years old, beautiful, bright-eyed, full of laughter and hugs. But Mia was barely there. Her mother, Ruth, kept Layla most nights. Mia would stumble in mid-morning with sunglasses on, reeking of liquor and smoke, whispering excuses about late gigs and business meetings. She'd sleep through the afternoon, miss playdates, and ignore her daughter. Layla would ask, "Mommy, can we play today?" Mia would mumble something, roll over, and go back to sleep again. She wasn't a mother, she was a ghost. When Ruth expressed concern, Mia exploded, screamed at her for judging, slammed doors, cursed her out in front of Layla. She told herself she was fighting for her dream, for Layla's future, but really she was running from herself, from the guilt. Her home was filled with designer shoes, liquor bottles, and silence. She'd buy Layla expensive toys she never played with, as if money could cover the gaping hole where love was supposed to be. And her temper, it was volcanic. If the promoter didn't pay on time, she'd lash out. If a man disrespected her, she'd throw glasses, curse him out in public. And afterward, she'd spiral deeper into drugs and men. Whatever numbed the growing sense that she was completely, utterly lost. She couldn't even hold on to her voice. Years of alcohol, screaming, and late nights had stripped it raw. She was missing gigs. Her manager started ghosting her. Rumors spread. The it girl was falling apart. The last straw came after a club appearance. She showed up already high, stumbling, slurring, forgetting lyrics on stage. She cursed at the audience mid-song and collapsed backstage. She woke up in a stranger's condo with a busted lip, no memory of how she got there. That night, she reached into her handbag that was always filled with an array of pills, and she took a handful of muscle relaxers, anxiety pills, painkillers, and washed them down with whiskey. Not to die, she told herself. Just to disappear for a while. But her body had had enough. She collapsed in the bathroom, eyes half open, foaming at the mouth. A cleaning lady found her hours later and called 911. She was rushed to the ER, unconscious, barely breathing. Her heart stopped. They had to shock her twice. The doctor told her mother, Ruth, if she had arrived 10 minutes later, she wouldn't be here. Mia opened her eyes in the hospital with tubes in her arms and Layla's drawing taped to the wall beside her. It was a stick figure mommy with sad eyes and a big red heart. Underneath it, in scribbled crayon, her daughter wrote, "Jesus loves Mommy." That broke her. She cried for 3 days. Not the cute movie kind of cry, but a deep, ugly wail that came from her soul. Guilt, regret, anger, despair. She'd almost left her daughter motherless. She'd wasted years chasing a spotlight that never filled her. And then something happened. A hospital chaplain came in to pray. Mia refused. God gave up on me a long time ago, she spat. But the chaplain said gently, "No, Mia. He's been right here the whole time, waiting for you to look up." That night, alone in the dim hospital room, Mia whispered for the first time in years, "God, if you're still there, please, help me. I don't want to die like this. I don't want my daughter to remember me like this." It wasn't elegant, it wasn't holy, but it was real, and God heard her. Recovery wasn't quick. She entered a rehab program. She relapsed once. She wanted to quit 1,000 times. But every time she looked at Layla's picture, she remembered why she started. Her mom visited her in recovery. Their conversations were slow and painful, but honest. Mia apologized with trembling lips and eyes full of tears. Ruth hugged her. "Jesus already forgave you. Now it's time to forgive yourself." Mia began reading the Bible. She started in the Psalms. She wept over David's cries for mercy, over the woman caught in adultery whom Jesus refused to condemn, over the prodigal son who was welcomed home with open arms. She started singing again, not in clubs, but in the rehab chapel. Her voice had changed. It was raw, stripped of perfection, but full of truth. After months of therapy, prayer, and hard work, Mia returned home. She got a part-time job at a women's shelter and started helping other women escape cycles of addiction and abuse. She co-parented Layla with her mom while she rebuilt her life. When she returned home, she began singing in church. The first Sunday she sang, many of the congregation wept. It wasn't flawless, but it was free. The church didn't just hear her sing, they felt the weight of chains broken, the sound of a soul redeemed. As the final note echoed through the sanctuary, a small figure came running down the aisle. "Mommy, you sounded like an angel!" Layla cried, flinging her arms around her mother's waist. Mia dropped to her knees, her eyes wet with tears of joy. She held her daughter close and whispered, "It's not for the stage anymore, baby. It's all for Jesus now." She smiled through trembling lips and added, "He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God." Psalm 40, verse 3. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. Psalm 40, verse 2. If you enjoy this story of redemption, please like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for more stories like this one. Thank you for watching.